Forget the mega stadiums of the Premier League. Forget the corporate lounges and the global branding. Tonight, we're journeying back in time to a place where the very grass breathes history, a ground so old it predates the vast majority of organised football itself. What if I told you that the home of Mansfield Town FC, the humble Field Mill, is quite possibly the oldest professional football stadium in the world? Yes, in the world. This isn't just a stadium, it's a living, breathing monument to the beautiful game. Built in a time before the telephone, before electric light, before the modern football club was even conceived, its story is absolutely incredible. We're going deep into the heart of Nottinghamshire, down Quarry Lane, to uncover the secrets of a ground that has stood strong since 1861. Its history is gritty, complicated, and utterly compelling. You'll hear tales of cotton mills, rivalries, financial battles, and one of the most passionate fan bases in the country. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button right now if you love untold football history, smash the like button to show your support for the mighty Stags, and let me know in the comments below, what's your favourite memory of an old school football ground? Now, let the journey begin. This is the detailed and dramatic history of Field Mill. To understand Field Mill, you must first understand its origins, not in football, but in industry. The year is 1861. Across the road from the current site stood the imposing 5-storey Field Mill, a water-powered textile mill run by the Greenhalgh family. The land where the stadium now sits was their recreational field, originally used for the works cricket team. But as winter descended, the Greenhalgh's family's employees, the Greenhalghs 11, formed a football team, and the field found its new, enduring purpose. Known initially as Greenhalgh's Ground, this spot rapidly became a focal point for the town's nascent football scene. This ground hosted competitive matches just as football was transitioning from a chaotic pastime to an organised sport. Imagine the sight. Players, some nicknamed the brown paper parcellers for carrying their kit in simple wrappings, kicking a leather ball across a pitch, overlooked by the churning wheels of a great mill. The very stone of this ground is steeped in the DNA of early football. Harwood Greenhalgh, one of the mill owner's sons, went on to play for Notts County and incredibly represented England in the very first international football match in 1872. Field Mill was nurturing talent long before the Football League was even a glimmer in anyone's eye. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the site pass through various hands. The original Greenhalgh team merged and moved, leaving Field Mill to Mansfield Amateurs, then Mansfield Mechanics, the town's premier team at the time. Yet the story of Field Mill truly becomes the story of Mansfield Town FC after the devastation of the First World War. The club we know today traces its roots to the Mansfield Wesleyans, founded in 1897. After severing ties with the church and changing their name to Mansfield Town, the club found themselves groundless after their previous pitch, the Prairie, was dug up for allotments during the war effort. Meanwhile, Mansfield Mechanics, the occupants of Field Mill, faced their own financial woes. In a pivotal moment for the town's sporting future, the two clubs considered a merger. However, Mansfield Town, the club with the superior playing resources and support, secretly negotiated with the grounds owner, the Duke of Portland. In 1921, a new company, the Mansfield Athletic and Ground Company Limited, bought Field Mill from the Duke for a fee of just £500. Crucially, the sale came with a covenant. The land must only ever be used for sporting purposes. This single condition secured Field Mill's future as a dedicated sporting venue and prevented its destruction for housing or industry, a fate that claimed so many other historical grounds. Now permanently home to the Stags, the ground began to take shape. The first proper grandstand was erected in 1922 along the west side. The other three sides were slowly built up using mounds of ash from nearby coal mines, creating the early foundations of terraces. In 1930, Field Mill hosted the North Notts League's Senior Cup final under artificial light, claiming the monumental honour of being the location of the first competitive match ever played under floodlights in the country. The year 1931 was the crowning moment of this early period. Mansfield Town was finally elected to the Football League. Field Mill, a ground born out of an industrial cricket pitch, was now a professional football ground. The post-war decades brought unparalleled passion to Quarry Lane. In 1953, the Stags hosted Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, drawing a phenomenal 24,467 spectators, a record attendance that stands to this day. Imagine the sheer volume, the energy, the sea of humanity packed into this historical crucible. The 1950s saw the construction of the much-loved roofed North Stand, the structure proudly funded by the Supporters Club, a testament to the community spirit that has always defined this club. The late 19th century saw Field Mill undergo its most significant transformation. Driven by the need for modern all-seater stadiums, the ground was almost unrecognisable by the early 2000s. 3 new modern stands, the Ian Greaves Stand, the Quarry Lane End and the North Stand, were constructed. The Bishop Street Stand, though, remains a silent nod to the past, a condemned stand that acts as a kind of architectural scar, waiting for a promised resurrection. This period was fraught with controversy and financial peril, including a brief dramatic eviction of the club in 2010 from a former landlord following a rent dispute. The Stags played away, but the fans' resolve never wavered. The soul of the club is Field Mill. You cannot separate them. The modern stability of Field Mill, now known as the One Call Stadium for sponsorship reasons, is largely credited to owners John and Carolyn Radford, who bought the ground outright in 2019. They have restored the club's fortunes and, crucially, protected the stadium's future. Today, Field Mill, the oldest continuously used professional football ground in the world, remains a cauldron of passionate football. When you step onto the terrace at the Quarry Lane End, when you hear the roar of the crowd, you are standing on sacred ground. You are walking in the footsteps of cotton workers, local heroes, and generations of fans who have all shared the same patch of earth since 1861. It's a place where history isn't just displayed, it is played out every single match day. It is a monument to the endurance of grassroots football, a testament to the belief that the past, however humble, can still shape an extraordinary future. What an incredible journey! From a mill worker's pitch to a fortress of professional football, Field Mill has seen it all. Its history is a powerful reminder that the heart of the game often beats strongest in the oldest places. We hope this deep dive into the Stags' historic home has inspired you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more untold stories, like the video to show your support for the mighty Stags, and tell us in the comments below, what's your favourite memory of an old school football ground? Now, let the journey begin.